Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, and we're taking a look at a really cool mod that I'm a huge fan of. At the date of recording, it's pretty early on in development, but it's already pretty solid. So considering the mod author that made this mod is one that I've actually seen some other cool stuff from on here already, I'm excited to see where this one goes. So this one is Henry's Castle at Pribyslavits, and it was uploaded by Ethan Brossard, and it was originally uploaded on March 4th, so with that in mind, I'm doing this video on the 8th, so it's still a pretty new mod, so expect changes in the future, I would say. With this mod, very easy, very simple, doesn't take anything special, even though it adds a significant amount of assets to the game, or at least to this area. All you have to do is manually download the file, and then extract it into your mods folder, and then it works. Now this one is dependent on the From the Ashes DLC, so you need to have that DLC. And since in my current playthrough on here, where I've been testing these mods out, I hadn't actually completed that yet, so I had to quick do like a mission or two, in the main storyline to get to the point where I could do it, and I quickly completed Pribyslavits, and the castle didn't actually show up here until after I had completed the Nest of Vipers mission, or Into the Frying, whichever one it is, the one where you attack Pribyslavits. So, with that in mind, there's going to be some mild spoilers. Well, actually, they could potentially be major spoilers for the story of the game. So, unfortunately, if you don't want to see that, you're probably going to want to go ahead and skip this video. But, with that spoiler warning out there, let's get into it. So, as you can see, we're here in Pribyslavits. And I've actually completed the town, so this is what it looks like at full completion. And you can see where the castle is up top, and now from a distance it just looks like Talmberg Castle was implemented, but we'll have to see what it actually looks like when we get inside, because I actually haven't explored the inside of it too much. I basically just went in and looked to make sure that everything was there and the textures were loading, and then I was like, cool, time to make a video. So let's explore. So let's go ahead and get up there and explore the castle. A mod like this I'm very excited for. It seems like this one is specifically intentioned to be a home for Henry. And that makes sense considering he's the bailiff of this town. Now, of course, there's a rat house and a bailiff normally stays in there. And so it's not super realistic, but it is super cool. So I'm going to let it slide. So the description he's got for the mod says, I added a castle to Pribyslavits because although a castle existing in a small hamlet like Pribyslavits isn't the most realistic, made more so by Henry being a bastard, having your own castle is cool, right? At its current state, consider this mod an early first version, or even just a beta. There are still a lot of things to be worked out, and the castle is far from finished. It uses the base castle from Talmberg, but I've been working on giving it its own interior. The interior is not quite finished yet, though. I've only furnished the rooms of the main keep. And so, then he's got, instructions to install it, which I've already described here, and it said, he's got compatibility notes, so, again, like I said, you need From the Ashes. So, with all that in mind, let's actually go up and look at the castle. I'm expecting out of the future of this to be able to have all your tools and everything at your, use, so, whetstone for your weapons, and definitely linked storage, and, alchemy, and all that jazz. A cooking pot and everything. Hopefully a fire that you can cook meats on, and, I don't know, whatever else you can do. So that's all the basic stuff, but I'm also hoping that this might be the first mod to actually start implementing some stuff that was lacking from the game, and that people have been asking for a long time, such as, like, equipable mannequins to display some armor on, or storage racks for your coolest swords, or whatever. Something like that. I'm really hopeful that this mod will start implementing some things like that, because I would love to be able to display some awesome weapons and stuff, including one weapon in particular, also by this mod author. I actually showed in a previous video, this one being the decorated bronze hilt longsword. I'm a huge fan of this sword, so I figured I'd show it off again, and it's by the same mod author as this castle one. So give me a spot to show off that sword and I'll hang it up. Ethan Brossard. So let's go up to the front. So we just explored the whole outer wall of the castle, and we're up in the gatehouse. So that's pretty cool. And now we'll pop into the inner courtyard and check that out. So again, like I said, this does, it looks pretty standard, pretty much like Talmberg Castle. It's very clean right now because not a lot of stuff has been added. In fact, I would like it if it stayed that way, because even though it's not super realistic, immersion-wise, I like to think that this castle is just brand spanking new. And so it wouldn't be all clear and dirty and cluttered yet. This is cool. It's kind of giving me some Godswood vibes going on. So he's got a little altar space, I guess, so that's pretty neat. Up here we have a smithy area, which I'm a huge fan of. I love this. And I would love it, like I state in several of my videos already, like the one where I looked at all the other castles added to the game already. I would absolutely love for a system to be implemented by a mod author where Henry can actually make swords. So you can do that, you know, maybe just mix and matching assets from the game, or maybe have the option to, like, you know, whatever. Just make your own weapons and do all that sort of stuff. So that'd be really awesome if we could implement here. I like this well right here in the middle. Having a readily available source of water well inside your walls would definitely be a huge asset in a siege. Here we have the outer guardhouse, I believe this is what it was in the game, or at least this is where Henry sleeps on that very first night. So, you know, empty, but very nice. Let's pop down into the lower level of this cool castle. And again, like I said, the layout is going to be pretty much identical to Talmberg, you know, but once he starts adding stuff in, it's going to start having its own spirit and everything. So, there we go. That's the bottom level. Now let's pop up to the main level, which should have the Great Hall. Okay, good. So this, he did start working on this. So he's got some, what do we got here? Adam and Eve. That's pretty cool. Talmberg House Crest. I can't remember what it's called. Over here we've got something. There's St. George slaying the dragon. So this might be St. George being, you know, thanked for slaying the dragon or prepared for it. And that guy's getting turned on some sort of a torture wheel, so that's pretty nifty, I guess. A little gruesome. But I really like the interior here. Again, this is one of the things I love about Kingdom Come Deliverance, is it actually accurately shows what medieval castles would look like inside. So not dark gray walls, but very lavish decorations. Things that people nowadays are like, wow, that's a little garish. But back then, they were showing off their wealth, and you don't show off your wealth by having cold, gray, bleak halls. That's just ridiculous. So if we're going through here, this is in Talmberg, this is like the steward's area sort of place. So we got a library, the scribe, I should say. Definitely, you know, pretty cool in here. A lot of books. God, that's a lot of books for medieval times. Like, just in some small backwater castle, this would be an unusual amount of books to find. I just want to point that out. That's more of a monastery thing back in those days. Ooh, you got a lockpick. Wonder what's in here. It should be the Lord's bedroom. No, it shouldn't. Yeah, it is. That's what it is at the main castle. But it doesn't seem to be. So this might be the scribe's bedroom, I'm guessing, for more books, a writing table, and a very tiny bed. This little alcove. I love the windows in this game, too, because it's, again, realistic. I love that. So let's pop up to the second story and see what it looks like up there. Because this is where a lot of the other bedrooms were in Talmberg. So down here we've got what could be a lord's or... Ooh, I always gotta open it if I see stuff. There's nothing in there. But this is the chest from that mission where you find the Groshen, so that's pretty cool. Love that. It's just sitting there, wide open. What do we got in here? I was half expecting that to be shared inventory. Got a burning fireplace, so that's nice. Smoke seems to be rising up the chimney. Big fan of that. Something about geese here. Not familiar with that tapestry. Another alcove where you can see out through the lovely cloudy windows, a little sitting area. And of course, you know, double bed. So very nice. Let's check out the next bedroom. Ooh, this one is loaded up. So, jeepers cats, I'm not even sure what's supposed to be going on here. This is a single bed. Got again St. George slaying the dragon. Here's a map of the Ravna, Merhoyed, Talmberg area. So, makes sense for it to be up in here. Pribyslavits would be up here, I think. Yeah, but anyway, or maybe it's down in here. I can't tell. I can't read check. You tell me if you saw stuff there. But you can sleep on those beds. Did you notice that? So you can already start using this as a player home. Then we pop into this room. And here we have, I don't know, a craftsman's room? Kind of what it looks like. Oh. More storage, though. So that's pretty sweet. Let's check out the upper, you know, the top of the wall out here. So if you look down, you can see into the village. It's a very nice commanding view. Very defensible, I would say. And then we'll climb into our tower and see what kind of view we can get from up there. Oh man, the ladder's not there, so I can't actually go up. But there's an arrow slit. And you could go down, but then you just can't get out. So I guess we're not going to be looking up in the tower right now. Let's pop out to the wall on the other side, though. Again, more alcoves. Haven't noticed any privies. That's definitely something I'd be concerned about. Again, you can see down onto the road from up here. So this is actually very well positioned. This might be better positioned than the Castles of Bohemia. As much as I liked that mod, this one, A, fits better because it's in Pribyslavitz, so it's the town you definitely seem to play, you know, have the most impact on in the game, at least if you have the From the Ashes DLC. So that's definitely, you know, a good choice. And also, just this location is awesome. I would prefer some sort of I don't know, I guess this ramp's fine. Because there is a drawbridge and there's a portcullis and everything, so this would be very defendable. It's high. It's not technically a moat because it's not dug in, but it's definitely high enough that this would be very, very defensible. And while anybody was trying to take your drawbridge down, using a machine made by Konrad Kieser, which actually existed at the time, I made a video about him. You can check it out. It explains all that sort of stuff. They could try to take down this drawbridge, but that whole time they'd be getting arrows and everything else rained down on them. So, again, this was Ethan Brossard uploaded this. It's linked in the description. I really like this one. It might be my favorite one to come out so far. Again, that'll constantly be changing, just considering how much I love this game, and I'm going to be trying most of the mods. But as of right now, this is my favorite mod to be created yet. So I definitely recommend giving it a try. Link is in the description. If you like it, endorse it, share it. If donations are to be given, you know, consider that. But with all that in mind, that is where we're going to end the video today. So I hope you liked it, but, you know, in any case, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.